Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, I'm going to be continuing my PvP series, this time looking at Team Blue. And I want to point out the cards that Team Red has banned. They've banned Bargains, Indomitable Claim, and Unrelenting Growth. They've also banned Gifted Constancy, Natures, and Elemental Boon. And this is something that we'll probably have to discuss more when it comes to the further PvP games. I really think if we're going to allow 3 majors and 3 minors to be banned, um, I just don't like it. Just because I feel like these are the 3 minors you should always ban if you're going to get 3 free minors. I think maybe there's an argument to ban Call to Trade instead of one of these, but I don't know. I think maybe just always banning Constancy and then giving 3 major bans might be the route that we'll take. But yes, so these are the 3 that I probably would ban in all of my PvP games if I'm playing. But okay, so once again, we got England 5, so we have that extra health buildings, and we have HME 3. Let's do some growths. So Earth decided to do the very standard get a major, and then because you got that major, you then get a free minor, and that is from the Nourishing Special Rule. And the major that they ended up looking at, they have Draw, Unearth, Bargains, and Jungle Hungers. So these are all pretty spicy majors. Um, Jungle Hungers is the one that immediately grabs my attention. As one, it's the only plant card. 2, it's England proof, so it's gonna be able to kill all of those buildings. And yeah, I mean it's also the cheapest. The other ones, unfortunately, Unearth is just a card that we can't really make work. Bargains is probably too slow, and Void is too expensive. So they end up going with the Jungle Hungers, which makes a lot of sense. And I'm curious to see what card they ended up forgetting with when they drafted a major. A lot of times you'll see Earths, they'll end up forgetting Rituals of Destruction when they grab Jungle Hungers, but Rituals has that Moon plant that you need to threshold Jungle Hungers. So I'm very curious to see what they ended up forgetting. And they decided to forget. Ooh, they ended up forgetting Guard the Healing Land. So I guess they did decide to keep Rituals. Forgetting Guard, I don't know how I feel about that. Um, this Guard is a fast Blight heal as well as giving you a nice defend 4. But like I said, I already explained why I think maybe keeping Rituals might be favorable. Now we do get to see oh, I guess the other reasons why Rituals might be pretty bad here is because of the England health. Let's see what they get for the minors. And these are very spicy. You got Entrancing, Carapace, Thriving Choke Fungus, and Call to Bloodshed. So 2 of these cards we can just X out, and that is these 2, just too slow for Entrancing, and then Call to Bloodshed is just not good enough. 1 damage per Dahan is just so weak. Carapace Land is amazing. It's going to be a Defend 6 for Earth. It's 0 cost, and it also is that Earth plant needed for that right innate and that left innate. And then Thriving Choke Fungus is a very spicy pickup here, as it is a water plant, which enables that left innate. It also has the moon, so that can combo with your Jungle Hungers. And then it adds Badlands that you can combo with any of your damage cards like Voracious or Rituals. And it has Disease, which will counteract HME Ravages as well as the England builds. So I actually really hope they grab Thriving Choke Fungus. And no, they end up going with Carapace Land, which I don't blame them. Carapace Land is I mean, this is a very safe draft. But I don't know, I really wanted to see Thriving Choke Fungus work. For all the reasons I mentioned. So, and let's forget all of those. And let's put the I believe they go Presence from bottom track. Yes, they do, which is very standard. And growing over here into E7, creating those 2 sacred sites. And this is why board E tends to be a very good Earth board, is because now you have access to your whole board with just 2 sacred sites, which is pretty cool. And they end up playing Draw this turn, and that is it for Earth. Now looking at Wandering Voice. Wandering Voice is going to G2 top bottom, a very standard Wandering Voice build. My guess is they're going to just go straight to the Reclaim Loop build, because that tends to be very favorable. Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be playing that Frightful Keening here. and they're going to be putting both of their presents on the board. They've decided to place the presents in H5 as well as H8. They then are going to use their left innate because they have that one air, allowing them to push the Incarna. They're going to push that Incarna into H5. And then because of their special rule, whenever they move the Incarna, they get to add a Strife. And then whenever they add Strife, they can push those Explorers or Towns. So they're going to add that Explorer or that Strife over here to the Explorer. And then they're going to push that Explorer into that H7. Now, even though they moved the Explorer out of that H5, they're still going to build because of that H2. And Finder. So Finder, this game, is going to be doing the very standard Finder major power build. And I really got to play some more Finder games for the channel just to showcase it and also learn the spirit. But usually they end up going with this G2 option, placing a presence and also getting +1 card play. And then the 2 cards that Finder players usually play is going to be, I believe it's Circuitous and Path's Tide. Yep, which is exactly what they played. And this is a very strong opening. You get a push here as well as 2 very powerful cards next turn. And then the following turn, you go presence this from top track again. And then you have plenty of options. And then you end up getting some isolates. But they're going to be playing these 2 cards. They decide to place the presence in F4. Oh, not F4. Let me see. No, so it does look like they're going in F4. And then they're playing those 2 cards, and they're going to have that Fascinate pushing the presence from F3 and moving it to, I believe that this might be a typo, so let me pause here. So, can confirm it is not a typo. I'm just dyslexic. But the person had wanted to move the presence from F3, and I thought it read F7, but it actually is saying E8. So they're actually going to use that left innate, pushing that presence, and over here into E8. And I always think that this land here on board F is land 8. So I'm thinking, oh, they're pushing it from F3 to like this imaginary F8 land. But 1, it's not even F8. And 2, I'm like, they can't do that. But no, they actually wanted E8, which makes a lot more sense. So, okay, so we did all of our fast powers, and we are going to do the England builds. So build and build, 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 and build. And I'm really curious to see how this team is going to get through this, because Sands is a pretty brutal explorer, like looking at the board. Plenty of these city lands all built up already. The big benefit here, though, is they have a slower invader deck than the other team. And the Explorer is going to be Wetlands. Explorer. And you know what's kind of funny? I had a brain freeze because I was just thinking, like, wait, they pushed the Explorer. Didn't I think Jungle was building? No, Jungle's not even building. It's Sands building. So I don't know why I said that earlier, but I guess they just had no other thing to push anyway. But okay, so they did all of that. Oh, and I am a mess today. They also have to do their build upgrades from their HME 3 before they see the Explorer, and they already did that. I just didn't do that. And I guess it's not even a build upgrade. It's just a straight upgrade. Let me see what they're doing. They decided to do upgrades in E7. E7 gets upgraded. The other land is H4 and F2. So F2 and H4. And those upgrades are from HMA3, where it says after the build step, after they build in Sands, you then have to choose a land with Explorers and upgrade there. So they're making this choice before the Wetland Explorer. I know I did this in reverse order, but for the future videos, I will not make that mistake. So, okay, so we did all of that. And let me load in the next set of events here. And I've already shown these events for Team Red. I'll also show them again for Team Blue. So Team Blue is going to pick one of these events for Team Red, and then one of these events is also going to be for Team Blue as well. And then Team Blue is also going to pick the Stage 3 Explorer for Team Red. So that concludes this video. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.